Guys, you don't win in competition because you were better than yesterday. You only win if you're actually better than everybody else. Welcome everybody to a new episode of PhilosophyBoss. I hope all of you guys are having a great day, and today we talk about the beauty and importance of competition and how it helps you to become the best version of yourself. And guys, this has become now more relevant than ever, in days when everybody is awarded a 9th place trophy and kids are being told that it's okay to lose and that they're already a winner for just trying. And once they grow up, they get into the real world and realize the world doesn't work that way. There are winners and losers. And I'm not getting what I want by just trying. And this way of raising children, especially in Western countries, is resulting in the rise of weak men. First of all, the world does not care if you're better than yesterday. And guys, don't get me wrong, it is very important that you compare yourself to yesterday. It is a great way of tracking progress, but that's exactly the point. It's only a way of tracking progress. It does not serve as a benchmark. Since Miyamoto Musashi was a swordsman, let's take the example of fighting. And in fighting, you only win or lose. There's nothing in between. And guess what? Your opponent doesn't care if you're better than yesterday. The only thing that it comes down to is whether you're stronger or weaker than your opponent. Which leads us to the next point. The only way to become the best is by competing. Miyamoto Musashi became the best swordsman of his time because he always challenged the best fighters in his country and actually won against all of them without ever having a single loss in his career. And there's a saying that you rise with the challenges that you're facing, which from my experience is absolutely true. For example, I practiced martial arts a couple of years ago, and when I started, I was trying out different martial arts to see what would be the right fit for me. So I started with boxing and Muay Thai. And during the first training sessions, I was matched with beginner to medium level fighters. And my progress was great. I was fighting medium level fighters who were more experienced than me, and I was keeping up with them. Until one day. There came this new dude who was more experienced than me. And he wasn't even big, he was quite small to be honest. But he was beating the shit out of me. He was so quick and his combos were so on point, I couldn't keep up with him. So I basically became his punching bag. And other dudes who were fighting him did not want to fight him again. And they changed their sparring partners. I don't know why, but I couldn't let go of this defeat. I wanted to get this dude so badly that I couldn't sleep. So what I did was finding someone who was even better than this guy and trained with him. And the beat-ups were even worse than before. My face was a punching bag. And at some point, I stopped caring about the amount of punches and kicks that my face took. The only thing I cared about was to beat that guy up, no matter what it takes. And I did a couple more training sessions getting beat up, but I improved every single time. Until one day, I could block those combinations more easily. And once I mastered blocking the combinations, I focused on improving my counterattacks. And session after session, I started to get beaten up less, and even landing some kicks and punches, against my training partner, who was significantly better than the guy who was beating me up. And one day I decided, now the time for payback has come. And I asked the dude for a rematch. And we got into the ring, and we traded some punches here and there. And out of a sudden, he came with a roundhouse kick to my head. And I've taken a lot of his roundhouse kicks before. And they are absolutely brutal, guys. They can hurt you real bad. But without even realizing it, I blocked his kick, countering with a low kick to a standing leg, getting him on the ground. And there's this dude laying on the ground, looking up to me. I looked straight into his face. And the both of us were speechless. I helped him up, and he even started to smile, knowing where we came from and where we're now. And guys, I was feeling so amazing in that moment. I cannot even explain it to you in words. In order to get there, I first had to challenge one of the strongest fighters and compete with him, getting beat up multiple times. But I would have never gotten on that level if I didn't compete with that fighter and actually losing for a long period of time until I could eventually beat up the other guy. If I would have only trained with easier opponents, I never would have reached that level. And guys, you're in competition whether you realize it or not, or whether you like it or not. Competition is everywhere. Business, women, sports, basically anything. The desire to compete and win is deeply rooted in men. And the lack of competition and struggle prevents you from becoming the best version that you can be. And Miyamoto Musashi became the best swordsman of his time through struggle, hardship, and competition. And if you don't struggle now, you struggle later, and regret that you didn't take action when you had the chance to become the best version of yourself. And it is anything but easy, guys. And it's all up to you. But that's a beautiful thing. If you lose, you deserve it. If you win, you deserve it.